Bonjour, madame et monsieur. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Commander Green here again, back in Total War Attila, Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD. And we've got ourselves a kind of special sort of two-part scenario here today again. This is going to be the first battle of these two sort of series once again, as it seems people seem to like it, and I've got a few of my friends playing on today. We're basically playing the Battle of Bouvines, which is a battle in the 1213, basically of France against the allied sort of alliances, more or less, in Europe. And I'm going to go through, actually, I'll explain a little bit. This isn't not exactly like the real thing, but it's kind of based off it in the fact that the units were kind of similarly using. That's kind of the scenario I set up for the guys here today. So it's basically in 1213 an alliance of Otto IV of Germany, Count Ferdinand of Flanders, and King John of England made war against Philippe II of France, obviously, which most of you probably already know this. And an army led by Otto came against the French at Bouvines in 1214, which is kind of going to be the battle sort of scenario here today. Let's just make sure no one's advancing. No one is. They're still set out positions here, as we can see. So there's only 4 of us in this battle here today. Me and the Hobbit on the French side against Latin Empire and England on the attackers' side, where we've collided in our lands, more or less. So, my army in the middle here, as you can see, I am the French king. As you can, let me zoom in so you can see his wonderful gold crown, as you can see him right here in all his glory. Looking pretty damn epic, as you can tell. So, I am the French king in the central formation here. Hobbit is in charge of Count of Normandy and Count of Dreux. On the left here is Count of Dreux, and on the right is Count of Normandy. On the opposite side of the battlefield we have England and the Holy Roman Empire, kind of split up around the forest overhead. But we'll go look at those in a minute. So we'll start off with my formation, and then all the French's defence or formation we set up here, and then we'll go on to the opposite side. So in the middle here, as you can see, I've kind of set the composition, as you can see. At my front, I have the French Pavasiers, obviously by far the best spearmen in the game. Absolutely ruthless men, very hard to break and very hard to kill. And these are the reason why I've set these guys to the front of my formation. Very, very awesome looking shields these guys have got. On each flank of my central formation, I have some vulgar sergeants, just to defend those flanks, just in case we do move and break the formation from the Count of Dreux and the Count of Normandy. I will have spearmen or pikemen, polearms should we say, to defend my flanks. Behind my Pavasiers, I have some foot knightly retired of the French king. Behind them, I have some footmen at arms, very elite men. 3 gold chevrons on each footmen at arms. And these guys are going to be the men to watch in the battlefield. We might turn the tide of things when we need them. In between them, we have the Scots Guard. These very good medium bow infantry, absolutely perfect at long range. Behind those, I have the 3 company longbowmen. Also very, very good bowmen there. Sitting behind, looking pretty damn awesome, we have the French King, late. Behind those, you have the French King's cavalry. We have the French nobles, the gendarmes, who are basically blue chevrons, all the way to 3, and then French nobles, gendarmes, French nobles, gendarmes. So 3 of each there for the French King's cavalry. So, that is the King's central formation. How I've set out, and we've kind of commanded to set the formation, we'll have Hobbit defend the flanks on both sides, while I concentrate mainly in the middle. So he has the Count of Dreux on the left flank over here, as you can see. So at the front of his formation is the sergeants of Count Dreux. I think it's Dreux or Dreux, how do you pronounce that? Behind there, the footly knightly retired Count Dreux, be it as well. Pretty awesome, good. Some little sergeants all the way at the front of his formation as sergeants. Behind them, he has some Scots Guard. Behind those, he has some vulgar sergeants of the Count Dreux, obviously. Some more sergeants late here. These guys are pretty good units, pretty good melee. Has some crossbow sergeants, the Count Dreux. Crossbow sergeants again. Some more sergeants here. He also has some spear sergeants. More spear sergeants. And over here, there's also some more spear sergeants hiding in the forest. Some knight retine. And some more knight retine on the flank there. Obviously, of the Count of Dreux' unit. And obviously, you have the Count of Dreux over here, who's somehow got indivisible horses, which is rather entertaining. Okay, so on the right flank at the real battle, on the left flank was Drex, and the right flank was the Count of Burgundy, as the Burgundy was defending, or was assisting the French in this battle. But due to the fact that our battle isn't exactly like the real thing, we're going to have a second battle where the Burgundy come and reinforce. So if you stay tuned to that, you'll see that next battle. So instead we've done the Count of Normandy, as you can see over here, looking really epic. Basically looks like the English, but obviously that kind of makes sense because they are part of Normandy. So there is the Count of Normandy there, really cool looking men there. Here we have the Knight of Radeon or Duke of Normandy, his very own cavalry. Let's go to the front of the formation here. We have some sergeants of Duke of Normandy, some more sergeants. On the far flank here we have some spear sergeants of Duke of Normandy, some crossbow sergeants, that's pretty good. Some foot in Radeon behind the sergeants here at the front, some more crossbow sergeants here, also some more spear sergeants, some sergeants lay in the middle, some routine hunters, which are basically just more or less like these are basically just medium bow infantry, not that great, but they're good to have. And we've got some vulgar sergeants in the middle. So a lot of sergeants we have. So my army's more of the sort of more of the serious, badass, elite men. Whereas we've got the Count of Drex and the Count of Normandy on my flanks, so the more not so trained men, but will have more spears and whatnot to defend my flanks. So there's the French army defending its land, holding against this Allied invasion, more or less, or sort of engagement in the Battle of Bouvines. So over here we have, it looks like the Holy Empire, Holy Roman Empire, should we say. So his kind of formation is kind of broken up, which is kind of useful, kind of good for them, because it's kind of difficult to know where to attack. They've done a really good spread here. So we have, as England, the Holy Roman Empire is played by Grimgor, and the English is played by Cassius in this battle. So the spear sergeants at the front of this defense here, we've got some spear sergeants, 2 times those. We've got a lot of melee infantry, a lot of sergeants here. As you can see, a massive flank of them, literally just an entire line of just sergeants. Really threatening sort of attack there. Behind them is some crossbow sergeants, behind those some heavy sergeants, and behind those we've got some heavy billmen from the English. So there's Casey's army. Very split up this army is. So we've got some footy knightly Radeon of the English king. Obviously we wash our asses today as we're going to get spanked by a king today, so that's very key. Spear militia in front of the footy Radeon. On here are some English nobles cavalry, the king's cavalry, more or less here. The English nobles, very good cavalry here. These guys are going to be pretty interesting to watch. We've got to keep an eye out for those. This is the flank here, so it looks like our Holy Roman Empire in the middle, and they're kind of doing similar to what we're doing. English have put on themselves on the flanks. Let's have a look. Let's keep going through. Okay, oh no, the sergeants hide, so the English are in the middle as well. So they kind of just split everything up. So we've got some yeoman archers, more yeoman archers, spear militia. We've got some more sergeants high there, very well trained. Some more spear militia trained there. Right at the back here, we've got some more sergeants from the Latin Empire. In these trees, we've got some more English nobles, a lot of English cavalry here, hidden away, which is pretty interesting. Over here, we just totally missed the Imperial Knights of the Latin Empire, really cool looking, and the English king himself. Where is he? There he is with his really awesome looking helmet and crown. Really, really nice looking units there. Heading back over to this flank here, we've got a lot, and I mean a lot, 4 times Imperial Knights on the Latin Empire. These guys are really nice looking units, I'm not going to deny that. So the allies, the English and Holy Roman Empire, got a pretty good defense up here, or system sort of set up. It's not, it seems confusing for us, for the for our attackers, but I guess they've set up a plan where they're working together here, and it's a pretty awesome formation, if I'm honest with you. But they have to organise that. So that's the layout of the battlefield, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a really intense battle. It's a 50-minute battle. This is straight out of full epicness. From the start to the very end of this battle, it was just absolute carnage. And we're going to see who wins this first battle, to see who goes and defends the next scenario. Let's get this underway. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your first formational movement in the Battle of Bouvines. The French king makes the first move in this battle. I push my formation straight up, straight in the throats.
Our ally is attacked. Should we aid them?
Nah, we won't aid them. Looks like we may be taking fire. Yeah, we're taking fire already from probably the English over here. Yeah, looks like we're taking fire from the yeoman archers, the English. already engaging Duke of Normandy sergeants on the far right flank. As you can see, I'm moving my formation up ever so slowly. No rush here. But no rush whatsoever. Looking absolutely damn tidy. That should do it for now. Look at that formation. Beautiful looking army the French have. Really beautiful looking army. And obviously me keeping in command with Hobbit, making sure his the Count of Drix's army and the Count of Normandy stays on my position here. As you can see, there's a massive gap, so until Hobbit takes command to move his men in formation, I kept my cavalry on the right standing by, just in case they do attempt to do a cavalry charge this early stages of the battle, which is quite an often thing that happens. In the real Battle of Bouvines, the cavalry clashed first in the battle, which basically the French smashed the Flemish cavalry and absolutely annihilated them in the real battle. But obviously this isn't the real battle. But we have our cavalry out here. I do a cavalry charge, little sneak tease there in a minute. You'll see a pretty awesome looking cavalry charge coming up very soon, just to get you warmed up for this battle. Alright, here we go. We see the Duke of Normandy now moving into position. Line up off of my flank here. I really do have to be careful of the yeoman archers inside these trees, as there's quite a lot of them. And my men, most of my men are pretty good against archers. They've got really good skill, missile block chance, so it allows them to move away from arrows and whatnot. But I've got my pole arms on the flank, which are very vulnerable to these units right here, these yeoman archers, or any bowman for that instance. Okay, it looks like we're now all back in formation here. We're all lined up with each other, back to where we basically just was before, but we've now advanced roughly 50 meters ahead to try and initiate the first attack of this battle. As you can see now, the English are now moving up their heavy or spear militia. And the yeoman archers are moving up as well, so they're probably going to try and get in range here, try and engage my men, or even the Duke of Normandy's men. We're going to kind of name it that. We're going to, instead of sticking to names, we're going to stick to Duke of... Oh, here we go. The English are now firing upon the King's vulgar sergeants. As you can see, my pavasiers have immediately pulled their shields up in defense against that. But like you said before, these men right here, which they're directly aiming for, are very, very vulnerable. These vulgar sergeants. As you can see, I'm starting to take my first casualties of war. Let's have a look at the numbers in this battle. I've decided to pull them back because I do not want to lose them. We are currently, they outnumber us by roughly, actually close to 1,000 men, surprisingly, due to the fact that the French King's army is more elite than their armies, where their armies are got less elite men, but they have got more. So this is going to be a very fair fight, as was the kind of the option that I set out to make this battle. Most battle scenarios like these are set, whereas there's a set plan where one team is going to lose, but I've kind of gone with the fact that I would like to have a fair battle where it could go either way, which we shall see how this battle actually goes. So here's my first death of the battlefield. Now you can see my Scots Guards and my longbowmen are now firing back at those German archers, giving back their own medicine. But we still are taking punishment here for a massive exchange of fire with the yeoman archers. It's going to be a little bit of a ranged fight going on for a little while here, while I slowly advance my army up to the opposing armies. Let's have a look at what the Latin Empire and the English are doing over here. As you can see here, Latin Empire now moving their men up into formation. They've got men hidden in the trees, crouched down in the grass like little fucking Wookiees. And over here we have the Latin Imperial Knights on their horses. These guys are so cool, man. They just look absolutely beautiful. Beautiful cavalry they have. Solid yellow just really stands out in the battlefield, the O does. So now we're pretty much close to facing off now. Exchanging a lot of fire and with the English still And I've got a lot of depth. They're doing really well. They're homing their rounds in. I lost some men there. And they're still bringing the rounds in. I'm trying my very best to try and engage them without breaking my formation. But they've nicely, Cassius over here has nicely got his men kind of in some sort of a straight line, where me it's a little more difficult because of the room. There's a little gap here I'm trying to squeeze them in, because obviously it's a bit of a slant as well. We are almost into a battle here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we're only about minutes away from the beginning of this battle. This battle is really going to go anyway. It looks absolutely awesome. Some English melee infantry coming in. So some sergeants. Yeoman archers engaging still, having lots of fun over here. This music is brilliant as well. I put some medieval music on for this battle. This is kind of what I was listening during the battle itself. I thought I'd play it again and replay and have a go, because this, the commentary's got to be on point for this battle. Still exchanging a massive amounts of fire in the middle here. I've lost lots of men. Cassius, damn you, man. Oh, another man dead. Oh, we're sort of making some sort of break of formation now. Moving up some more, ensuring that the Duke of Drex stays with me, which he does. He's staying there on my flank. The Duke of Normandy is not going to be able to do much at the moment, so he's going to be holding there. But it's mainly the Duke of Drex. I want to ensure that he keeps moving up and keep bringing that flank around. But Duke of Normandy is holding tight, while I'm going to keep basically going to use this point here, where I'm looking at directly here, as an anchor point. And I'm basically going to keep swinging that side round until I'm lying, because obviously I've got enough men on my left flank to do so. As you can see now, we're actually just moments away from this battle again. What I'm doing now is move my cavalry in here, because I see an opportunity to smash some sergeants high in the face with some brutal French cavalry. I see this gap absolutely wonderfully, and I'll try and make the charge here, which you'll very see how epic this is going to be. This is going to be the first charge of the battle, and here we go. I'm now decided to move these guys in for this first charge of the battle. I did say there's going to be a cavalry charge, and in the real battle there's a charge that started the battle, so I thought I'd go with tradition and carry that. So let's join these guys in this battle. Here we go. French cavalry crossing the field, showing how it's done, how bravery and awesomeness we are. I don't even know, I can barely hear myself. This is just awesome. I feel I'm in the cavalry. Here we go. French sergeants are shitting themselves. We are charging fully in. Here we go. Go on, French cavalry. Yes, look at that. We've met the enemy. As you can see, the immediate effect of the Latin Empire's heavy sergeants have decided to come in, so I've decided to move all my men towards those guys who are broken. And look at that, already 30 men down. Never ever get caught out in the open like that. Latin Empire's now moved his Imperial Knights in to assist his infantry, but it's not going to be good enough. I've now smashed his... also hit his sergeants here out in the open, and also his spearmen as they were charging across open ground. Very, very difficult. Already, the French king, I've made the Latin Emperor sergeants retreat out of battle already. It's been less than a minute in this battle, and we've already made one retreat. And now I decided to pull my cavalry out of there, as I'm going to need them at a later date in this battle. These guys are kind of stuck out in the... kind of stuck now behind some sort of spear formation. There's no way I'm going to be able to reinforce my cavalry there. And here we go, the full attack's about to begin here now, ladies and gentlemen. The first engagement against my Pavasiers. Look at this. Also got some guys taking on the country of Drex, and here's another engagement here. Running in, full charge. Latin Empire's infantry. Okay, my cavalry is taking a pounding over here. Absolutely savage. Unfortunately, these guys, they did a really good job in damaging these sergeants pretty well, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough. But luckily my second cavalry charge absolutely wiped out their melee infantry and kind of damaged their spear sergeants pretty well. So what I'm going to do is now move my longbowmen and Scots Guard to try and engage the back of this cavalry, so I can try and at least escape some of these cavalry out of here. But to the looks of things, it looks like those guys are dead. And here it is, the big melee battle.
The men have broken and are fleeing.
Looks like my cavalry have just broken. They have indeed. The English king sitting there watching over the Latin Empire, basically threatening and breaking down. Absolutely just, my morale, my men have just dropped. That was kind of a suicidal run there. If I kind of brought them out earlier, it might have turned out a little bit good. But we did manage to annihilate a lot of the sergeants of high here. Take out one of those guys. But we did okay. We did okay. That's good. We did some damage there. They weren't wasted. Broken my formation up here now. We're kind of bringing it nice and tight. It looks like the Imperial Knights are moving straight into my Pavasiers. I think they're still chasing. Yeah, I think they were still chasing my my cavalry out there, and he forgot to manage those. That's unfortunate. Lost a few cavalry there.
The men are running. Stand and fight, damn you!
Yeah, there goes my cavalry complete now. I'm also losing my poem, which had been shot at since the beginning of the battle. That was kind of obvious that was going to happen. This battle's going so quick. Let's just put it in slow motion so I could hear myself speak a little bit for a second. Let's just have a look at what's going on in the battlefield here. Look at this. So here we have currently the... Let's just play this music. This is nice. Alright, where were we? I thought that music was nice. I thought we'd just have a little cinematic sort of show there. So, let's just have a quick, while we're in slow motion, have a look breakdown the of the attack here. Looks like we're about to have another engagement here on the far left here. It looks like the Latin Empire have now decided to move on our flank complete, but luckily the Count of Durex has got some defences set up here. He's got some Vulgar Sergeants, some Spear Sergeants, and also some more melee infantry. I saw this moving in already, so what I did is I moved my very elite footmen at arms to ensure we hold this flank. If we lose a flank in this game, all it takes is for a few men to run around the rear and take us from the back, and the game is over. So I ensured that I sent my best men to hold this flank with the Duke of Durex. In the middle here we have some movement from the Latin Empire as well, some more spear sergeants coming to the centre. It looks like the crossbowmen are now going to be engaged. Let's see and watch. I believe
units have rallied and returned to the battle.
That's not good. Okay, so we're basically just obviously I'm currently stuck up in a fight with my fully retired and my Pavasiers against some high spear sergeants, but it looks like I'm winning that engagement. The King's first sort of melee combat's going on there with his infantry. I'm still taking a lot of fire from the yeoman archers all over here. Doing a really, really good job, Cassius, with his archers here. Latin Empire's doing really good at micromanaging a lot of his men on this attack here. It's going to be very key because there is two of us working very well together. Looks like now the attack's beginning on this flank. He's going to try and break through our lines. It's a very key objective this is. If he can break through this position here, Latin Empire, Gringor, that'd be very, very useful for his battle. Can he do it? He's got the resources to do it. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 melee infantry, 2 spears, actually 3 shock cavalry. He's got the resources, but can he break the defense? We've got a good defense system set up here. I've got a good reinforcement men. We've got very powerful units. We've got cavalry also. So he's going to have to be on his toes there. That's going to be very difficult to break that. If he can do it, fair bloody play. But that is going to be difficult. And it looks like we've actually just started the English King. We totally missed that while we was talking about the flank. The English King has decided to run out his Footly Ratine into the spears defense and actually beautifully managed to break these guys. But the English King is now moving his sergeants high into the battle to confront my French Knightly Ratine. But I am bringing up my defences. I'm covering this area here because these guys should come swing around into the back of either or. And I'm bringing my Pavasiers to defend this. And it looks like he's going to come straight to my Pavasiers. Here we go. I've broken them. Here they come. Here comes some more. Look at that. Pavasiers holding them off. Unfortunately, their shock cavalry, Imperial Knights, have managed to smash into the back of my Footly Ratine, and that is not good for them. They are going to get absolutely slaughtered. If we can slow this down real quick and have a look at what's going to happen here. My Footly Ratine are absolutely shite against cavalry, and they're going to suffer. As you can see here, they're already starting to waver. Terrible effort. And my Footly Ratine are back in their triangle formation. I've now sent in my I've actually sent in my footmen at arms to assist my Pavasiers to try and quickly wipe out these sergeants. So what I can then do is go into the back of the... Oh, no, these guys are already retreating. Absolutely good. There's a lot of cavalry just smashing in here. I've got a big issue now in the fact that this unit is broken. There's a big gap. So as you can see here, I'm moving my cavalry up and move my my Volg sergeants, my pole arm men, to plug this hole here.
Our men are breaking off.
Yeah, we gathered that. AI computer guy. So basically, I've moved my king up and my French nobles to hold this gap here in case they do try and break to the crossbows or Scots guards here, which is very key. Plugging that hole. As you can see, he is actually trying to make a break here, but I smash him and say no. Here comes the French nobles. Look at that. They're like, Jesus Christ. The speed of those guys was just astronomical. And we're still attacking here. These guys are doing, these sergeants high are very, very good units. They're still alive. Obviously, my 39 Ratine having an engagement over here against their spears, making them retreat. Smashing these sergeants high. Doing great. On this flank here, we're now under engagement. Mass amount of cavalry have charged into this battle on the left flank. He's trying ever so hard to break the Holy Roman Empire. But we shall see how this goes. I've got some cavalry waiting to go right here. My Gendums, that's how you pronounce them. They're going to go charge in and try and break their crossbowmen, which is, there's a gap here for me to charge through, as you can see. Let's sit with these guys and see how this goes. Actually, we'll go at normal speed. Here we go. Full charge.
Our men return to the fight.
Smash for those guys. Lost one man. That was insane.
Enemy units have been rallied.
The audio is just unreal. This battle is just insane. Absolutely insane. It looks like the English King is amongst the battle here now. There's a lot of going on here. A lot of movement, management. We're actually winning beautifully in the middle. The French King army is doing very well here, which is my army. So on the far left side, we got the men-at-arms in combat now. It looks like against the flanking forces. They're trying to break our defence. They haven't done so yet. They're still counter-directed. Still got a lot of defences held up. He's brought his cavalry in to engage their cavalry, which is good to see because obviously they didn't have spears in the middle there. I'm also bringing my cavalry, my French nobles, over to assist in that attack, as that's very needed. But here is a very crucial point here. This is basically the central of the formation. If we lose this, it's kind of game over. So I've got to ensure that this stays alive here. As you will see, I'm trying to managing what I can here, trying to take out these sergeants high, spear militia, and also try and Kill their spear mission there also. Trying to move my Vulgar Sergeants quite enthusiastically, trying to move on to their the English king there, but it doesn't go too well. And it looks like we're now breaking these sergeants here as well. I'm moving my foot at a time through, and just Hobbit is holding his. The Count directs foot at a time, holding well against his against the Holy Road Emperor sergeants. But there's no real movement, no real give there at the moment. It's kind of just stalemate, just one kill for one kill at the moment. Still exchanging massive amount of fire over here on this side against the Yeoman Archers of England.
Run from the enemy.
This
is shameful.
Looks like we lost those guys who were those foot at a time who were killed by the English or the Latin Empire cavalry. Alright, okay, so my cavalry's still engaged in combat here. We've finally broken this these sergeants high. But that's a costly price against my footmen at arms. I think I took a lot of fire from some archers because that's a lot of men to lose. We're now actually faltering the flank attack by the HRE and the English on here, this flanking force. It looks like we have kind of got the advantage here, but this could still go either way as they've still got men idle. Obviously there's a lot of micromanaging going on, and obviously just missing certain timings and whatnot can be easily done. As you see now, I'm pushing out my defences, can be slowly but surely pushing out this square here. I've got the flank covered there with some pavasiers, got the flank here covered with pavasiers, ensuring that my flank stays still, keeping my spears at the front, melee behind. As you can see here, pavasiers, melee, very key. Don't want to get caught out in that, ladies and gentlemen, just keep that a little bit of a hint. My cavalry are taking a punishment here, but we are actually doing pretty well. It looks like I may actually lose my gendarmes on that flank up there. Not that flank, that attack. They're breaking their sergeants, which is really good to see. It looks like there could possibly be a check here from the English nobles. They might actually attempt to do an assault on my position. They are indeed. They're going straight for the Duke of Normandy's melee, which is a very, very good decision there made by Cassius in that attack. He's gone straight for my pavasiers also, which wasn't too wise, but he somehow managed to break through our lines and is going straight for the kill on my longbowmen and the Scots Guards.
They are trying to take out our general. Defend him.
But don't worry, my king is there. French king has decided to come into the battle now and made his first appearance on the battlefield in his first engagement. Let's slow this down and see who wins this. This is going to be a very key. Where is our French king in this? He's here somewhere. He's got a big fucking gold crown. I can't seem to find him. I bet we're going to see him in the replay after this. Well, I read it. I'm going to see him now. Come on, Mr. French King. Philippe, where are you? Alright, he's... Nope. I cannot find him. He could be over here, actually. Nope, I can't find him. We'll just watch. So, that was a very good attack by Cassius there. He smashed sergeants of Duke of Normandy, but decided to smash through pavasiers to get to my men, which is very wise. He got there, he took out some men. As you can see, men have just pulled back and are dying. Very good move, it's very worthwhile, but it looks like they're possibly going to lose those men now. They are in the thick of my pavasiers, king, and some vulgar sergeants of Duke of Normandy. It looks like there's also some movement over here. My worry here now is this gap here.
Given up and are running for their lives.
Lost some men. Oh, it's just my, unfortunately, my French Free Company longbowmen are going to die. My footmen at arms are kind of broken out past the pavasiers, which is not good at all. They're probably going to die if they're not careful. It looks like we're now kind of making the English nobles waver here, and their very brave assault onto our very tight formation. But fair play to them, that was a really good attack. It was pretty awesome to watch as well. Let's see how the attack's going here with my pavasiers against the English sergeants. Still having exchange of fire. Good melee. What's going on here? Heavy Billman just looking. Let's just pause this real quick here. Look at this. Literally just stalemate, ladies and gentlemen. Even if I click play. Okay, maybe there is some sort of exchange of engagement, but these guys are just still. Fucking hell. Come on, boys, get in there. And we've finally broken them off completely now. Look at this. And there's your English Lombard's dead. Another attack faltered by the French. How's it looking on the flank over here?
The enemy have rallied their units.
A lot of death going on. Let's go back to this view. This is a really good view over here. Little screenshot. Literally is a really good angle there, especially the little hill gives us a nice overview of the entire battle on that hill on the top left. So this is a key actually, very key to us. So we made that clear that we had to hold this position here. Very key. It looks like the Duke of Normandy's armies kind of having nothing to do here until unless waiting.
Fight, damn you.
The battle is definitely going in the French's favour here. We've got lots of the English and Latin Empire's units retreating at us, but we still do not know how many are in this forest here. There could be loads, there could not be. So, but it looks like they've actually sully forth out their forest position. We're still holding out in the middle here. Down the back end of these men here, but my foot men at arms have decided to waver. No men. It's absolutely disgraceful. But we're breaking the left flank. We're doing good. Now the bridge started to move my cavalry into the middle here. What's going on over here? It looks like the English nobles are making a movement somewhere to probably reset up a position somewhere. Actually, they're engaging the Knight Retain of, I think this is Duke of Normandy. It is indeed. It looks like some positions decided to break off here now. With some Sergeant's High actually finally wavered here. We're taking a lot of fire. These guys are very weak in the middle here. My the French King's melee infantry are moving out. The heavy billmen and the sergeants behind to pull away from this battle as they know there's just certain death there. I'm keeping this area plugged here as you can see. Got my cavalry here, and we've slowly, we've broken the left flank assault. We've actually done it. We've held off against this massive attack and very important objective. We've done it. We've managed to hold them off. So I'm now going to bring my footmen at arms back to the centre. Very tired, these men are. Absolutely exhausted, these men. So I'm bringing them back to the middle so they can rest a little while. And then prepare to go to somewhere new, if needed.
Our men are breaking off.
Now move my cavalry in. And you'll see here, I accidentally knock over a lot of my pavasiers. You ready? Okay, not that time. I do knock them over at some point. I think I've already done it. That was kind of a fail, but let's just watch this. Look at that. Oh, I run them over. That was brutal. Pavasiers running in there. Should I say French nobles, not Pavasiers. And they're wavering. Beautiful attack there. Beautiful charge. Very well timed by the French King's nobles.
The men are losing faith.
Got men wavering back here. We've got some French combi limos still exchanging fire. Who were still exchanging fire with the Yeoman archers, but they've actually decided to pull back now, which is good for me because I was losing these guys. So the battle, let's have a look at the man count. Wow, we've now got 200 more men than the enemy did have. They had 1,000 more on us. Now we have chopped down 1,000 of those guys, and now we're ahead by 200. Absolutely wonderful effort there by the French army. This is definitely looking in our favour. Tell you now, commentating on a battle this long is requires a drink. Okay, formation is kind of broken up a little bit. We've got to be careful of that. But we're holding out. The battle is so intense and so long. It's just wait, come back. There you go. Still, the The Duke of Drex is still in the mass amounts of engaged melee combat, but now he can now reinforce his men. All these men now who are attacking are now being reinforced by the left flank because we held that off. Now it's going to instantly break these men, seeing reinforcements coming in. They're going to be like, holy shit, more men, fuck that. Think about hell no. And they're engaging out of this, they're leaving. And we've got multiple men wavering, completely out of it on retreat. The battle is definitely in our favour, but even still, the numbers are close. We're now 400 men ahead, but that could always turn if we make the wrong move. It's just like a game of chess, ladies and gentlemen. One wrong move could cost you the game. And we've got some melee infantry charging down here. No, they've decided to retreat. We've got some cavalry going to make some massive move here by the Counter Drex's cavalry, setting up some sort of formation here, ready to attack in the back end of this infantry here. As you can see, we've got some men here standing by, but the cavalry look like going to give them some pain. Yeah, cheer each other.
Men are running, cowards!
Standing by, here we go. Let's follow these guys. So it looks like the Counter Drex cavalry is going to make a forward charge here on the infantry who are pulling away from the battlefield to make sure they do not come back at any means, which is very wise because although they are wavering, they could still come back. But it looks like the English spear militia have moved up into formation here, which is not good for the cavalry. But you can just out-position these guys, out-maneuver them and try and get round them, I hope. Or they could just smash them in the face because they are wavering. As soon as this cavalry hits, it should cause these guys to die. If he can catch them on the move still. Yes, he can. Beautiful work there, Hobbit. Beautiful charge. And yet, continue pushing through with your cavalry. This is not looking good now. Actually, it might even turn here. They've got a lot of units here. Oh, no. Spear militia's wavered. They're retreating. Spear militia's coming from the rear. Not looking good there for these the Counter Drex now. They're surrounded, but they are pushing them out. But, oh no. Here comes Gringor's wonderful Imperial Knight army of cavalry. Yeah, I think they do want some of this. Now those guys are just awesome, man. They bring terror on the battlefield. But we have safely... Oh, here they come, here they come, here they come, here they come. They're coming in to smash the back of my cavalry. I see this and decide to try and escape these men, as you can see. They're trying so hard to get by, but here comes the Imperial Knights. Oh, that's like from Star Wars. Here they come. Ever so elegantly. And what a tease. Oh, Grimgor, you are a tease, son.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat.
Saying that, I pulled my Pavasiers in to prevent that, and they did well to slyly go off for the Spear Sergeants out there all on their own. Not wise. And the light retinue of the Count Drex is annihilating these guys. Look at this. The Imperial Knights are on their arse now. I'm going to give them something to think about. And probably going to end their reign of terror on the retreating men. But they have done beautifully well. We've got the English nobles and Imperial Knights on top of the Count Drex of Knight Retired heavy shot cavalry here, who are going to basically just annihilate these guys, unfortunately. But it was a beautiful attack, beautiful charge, very well timed and well fought. He's now caused these guys to waver. Very well done there, Hobbit. That's a very good attack. So it looks like the first assault, the first battle, the majority of the men of the Latin Empire and probably some of the English have been wiped off the battlefield against the French. A lot of battle went on with the Count Drex and the French King's army, as you can see here. I've now set up a new defensive line for the County of Drex to set up upon me, so you can join my line to cut off my flag again. Obviously the Count of Normandy has just been covering the flank, standing by to attack when I give the command to move, as I lead the attack and they follow. Looks like we've got some pretty ambitious sergeants here, giving me some abuse from the tree line in the cover of their archers. Cheeky bastards. So it looks like we've got some Imperial Knights moving around the... a lot of cavalry movement going on here. I think we've got some more Drex or Normandy here. Yeah, the Duke of Normandy has brought his cavalry over to the left flank here to assist in the battle. We might actually get some serious punishment from the English and the HRE. which it looks like he's going to now. There's a lot of cavalry here. I tell you now, the English and HRE's cavalry has done a really good job for them at the moment. The last 5 minutes have been an absolute punishment. Here we go. Look at this. That's unfortunate for the Duke of Normandy. There goes his cavalry. Unlucky Normandy cavalry. We still have melee infantry inside our formation. We've got the English King's melee footly retiring, getting annihilated. And I think these are maybe some HRE over here. Yeah, some HRE sergeants still getting pounded. But we've moved upon that now, set up our formation. Our line is ready. So we're waiting for these guys to die out here. Let's have a watch of this. Yeah, we've broken those guys. I'm going to break is the back of these English. Oh, the HRE, shall I say. And they're gone. It's over. Right, the first assault is won. We won the first assault. We held them off. We've got some cavalry pushing through on this flank here, which is not good at all. So Hobbit has decided to move up with spear sergeants to cover this flank. Very key there. So, there's epic music just going on in the background here. So, essentially, my next game plan here was to simply set up an English line going along here. I wish I had the drawing, but I can't. I'm going to set up a French, I keep calling it English, it's ridiculous. And French King's, the army is going to set up a line here. And what's going to happen is the county of Drex is going to fall, or Drux, maybe that's it. It's going to basically just pivot point around. Just follow me around and get in line basically down here. And he's going to push in. I'm going to push in. And Duke of Normandy's army is going to actually get involved in this battle and push in also. And we're going to basically just try and surround everything in this tree line and crush it underneath the French feet. And that's the game plan. Once we've set our formation up, we've got everyone ready to go. So now all we got to do is just wait till the formation now.
Enemy units have been rallied.
These guys are still alive. Fair play. English King. They're very good units. Alright. So it looks like we're going to take this battle from a open land, open field battle to a forest fight. So it's going to be a very good engagement here. We're going to have to see what's in here. During the battle we couldn't quite see that much what was in here. So it's kind of going in blind. But now I look at it, it's not that much to actually attack. But they've got a really good defense position. We're going to them this time, which is never good with weak and exhausted men. So this battle is very even. You can see on the bar here, we've got now 700 more men than they have. But numbers is not everything in this game. One wrong move and it's over. Let's just have a look at the death and the bodies that have just mounted up upon this battlefield. Oh, look at this. It's just death. Bless you, by the way. Savage.
You want a closer look?
Absolutely brutal. Yeah, don't lose your head. Okay, so let's just have a look at the formation we have so far. So at the moment we're sort of discussing game plans, discussing how the battle's going to turn out, how we should fight this last battle here. And the French King was giving commands down to the Duke of Normandy and Duke of Drex of how we're going to do this. You can see here my King is still very wary and able. I think we've lost the both. Oh, we've got the Duke of Drex still alive. The Count of Drex, I say. Calling the Duke, and we've got the Duke of Normandy, shall I say. Sorry about me saying that entire time. So we still have the both leaders of both armies alive. So we just wait for the movement now. Whilst everyone gets into position to the second wave. We've still got 20 minutes left of this battle. This battle is nowhere near over. It's basically just begun. This is just the beginning of this wonderful battle. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first movement of the French King is now moving his men in. We've rested a little while. We're now moving our formation. It's very key that the Count of Drex ensures he keeps tight with my men. And I believe there's a bit of miscommunication, which we'll see in a minute. The Duke of Normandy begins to charge into the attack. before the French king gives the command, which is kind of unfortunate, but he does come back in immediate time and resets formation. As you can see here, he immediately sends an attack here of his Normandy sergeants. But I immediately discuss him to come back, scream at him to bring his men back, as they could easily get shot down or run over by cavalry from the unknown men in this forest. We move as one. We are a French army. You see now they're coming back into formation now. We've got my wonderful footmen at arms here. My little formation. We've got beside them. We've got foot retinue. My Pavasiers trying to cover this flank here because I'm pretty sure I felt like these Imperial Knights were going to come on my flank. So I moved my king and my French nobles onto the left side here because County of Drex decided it's not wise I let you move yet. They wanted to sit tight. But I think it's just thinking of where to move his men at this time. So at the moment we're slowly moving there. We're getting there. So basically the next battle is going to be a river defense. Whoever loses. So whoever loses this battle is going to be on the back foot here. It looks like the Imperial Knights are moving in to reinforce the back. Oh wow, a lot of English nobles and 2 times Imperial Knights. Do you have any more cavalry? Oh bloody hell! We still have 2 Imperial Knight units on the far left flank as well. So we've got 6 cavalry units to deal with, plus the English king. Actually, no, we have 1. Oh, we do have 7 shock cavalry units and 1 English king. I think we've already taken out the. No, we don't. We have 8 to deal with. We have the Latin Empire's Holy Roman Empire. I've been calling Latin Empire. I'm sorry. The Holy Roman Empire has been kept as Imperial Guard right about there. So the formation is now getting closer to where we want it to be, ready for this final assault onto the position of the attackers. We've got them on the back foot here now in this battle. We've got them cornered in this corner of the map. As you see, this isn't the biggest. Well, they've still got quite a lot of ground here, but unfortunate thing is they've somewhat at a gradient on the map, so they kind of have the sort of hill advantage, but it's not that much. But they also have the cover of a forest, so they've got 2 things on their side: a hill and a forest. So this is going to be kind of going to go down a lot of micromanaging on the French side here. If we do not micromanage good enough, we will lose. If the English and the HRE do not plug holes quick enough, they will lose. So we both got to be on our toes here. But they have a lot of cavalry, so realistically, if the French, if we do not hold our flanks of spears, we'll get absolutely slaughtered. So we've got to be really, really careful. The County Drex has got to move his spears to the front here because those cavalry's in those trees, and the cavalry's now moving up to the flank, which is very clever by looks like the English. Oh, Imperial Knights up there. He's got to get these guys up there. These 3 here need a move. If they don't do that, they are going to die. He needs to get these guys in. If he doesn't do it, we will lose that flank if we're not careful. So make sure you get those there, Counter Directs. He's moving them in formation now. Good. The Duke of Normandy, very fresh still. His army is still fresh as can be in this battle. Oh, he's now exchanging fire. The Yeoman archers are shooting at the Duke of Normandy to try and waver the army on the right side. I think having the French king and having one guy command both flanks was a very good idea. It kind of allowed us to have that sort of freshness on both sides, where they didn't really know where to attack really. The other guys, HRE and England, because we're just really good positions. So here we go. It looks like we're about to move up and begin this final assault into the forest to totally eradicate the English and the HRE. The French are making a move and advancing into their position. You can see the Pavasiers taking lead, men at arms behind, the French United retiring, and the Volg sergeants, the medium palms, are actually in there and very eager for the fight, which is good to see from these guys. These guys are pretty good. They're not amazing, but they are good to have. As you can see, we're ensuring that we keep the defensive line here, keeping that as a pivot point as always. And Count Drex is still with us on the left side, which is good. Making some more advancement now, moving some more. Slowly but surely edging forward into this battle here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are less than 100 meters away from this, guys, now. We're basically in spitting distance of these scum. This is now Viva la France! Victory for France! We shall win the Battle of Bouvines! I kind of went really weird there, but Viva la France! Oh oui, shall win this battle. I don't know if it sounds French. I can barely hear myself speak because of the my new headphones. I love my new headset. My headphones they're good. So it's not the first good headphones I've had. Here we go. Now moving into the last movement here. This is going to be so intense. The English nobles are going to be. Why like I say English noble? It's just so random. Obviously, we got the. He's definitely Count Drex is covering the rear. He's got a lot of melee infantry ready to charge in, like I commanded. My Pavasiers are taking lead in this position. Now, what I decided to do now is move my Volk sergeants back behind my melee infantry because I know for a fact that the pole arm are not great. So I wanted to hold Pavasiers at the front because I know for a fact that they can hold much better than the pole arm. And I knew they'll exchange fire. Look, they're already engaged me. I knew immediately as soon as I'm on razor, the German archers, they're going to shoot my pole arm. And these guys are so vulnerable to archers. They'll break and they'll run. And there'll be a gap in the formation, and it is goodbye French King's army. So here comes Duke of Normandy moving up in a beautiful line formation there. And it looks like now we're less than 50 meters away from the English army. We're basically on top of them now. Who's going to take the attack? It's either we're going to run in there or they'll run at us. They might hold, but spears. Oh no, the melee are coming in. Here we go. The sergeants higher making a run straight towards my Pavasiers. Immediately into shield formation. Here we go. There's that wonderful attack. Great exchange there of weapons. I'm immediately bringing in my Knight Ratine. Continue to come in to assist. Some more men are running to the more Pavasiers down the end there. Losing men immediately. Lucky for me, I have some beautiful footmen at arms standing by. Up here, we're having a massive amount of heavy cavalry, shock cavalry smashing into the Count Drex's formation here. Luckily, the Count Drex has got his spearsmen moving in to defend. The Duke of Normandy is still not in the battle yet, but they are very close to getting some flesh under their sword. We shall see who shall win on the Duke of Normandy's side. If he's good enough that I brought him into the battle, if he's the man to have brought in. But unfortunately, the heavy shot cavalry is just dismantling the Count of Drex's formation here. Even the Scots Guard are getting involved now. These blooming Scottish guards are moving in. Aye! For Scotland! Get in there, men! Obviously, the French recruited the Scots Guards, some Scotsmen during the war. So what I'm doing now, moving the French king and some French nobles up to assist the Count of Drex in this battle over here. As you can see now, we've got massive amounts of fighting going on. They're pushing everything they have. So spearmen issuing against my Pavasiers. But it's not looking good over here. We've got some very heavy billmen on the left flank, just annihilating Count Drex. My French king is doing really well holding off these Imperial and English nobles. So I see these this position here, these heavy billmen. So what I do is I bring my footmen at arms around here and up into these billmen, because all these guys need to do is come around and kill, because they will break these guys very easy. My men at arms should take on these billmen very easily. We'll see here. This attack here. Here we go. Full charge by my men at arms. These are my men. These are the guys who turn battles. We shall see this do very well here, hopefully. We just lost some men to some yeoman archers. Some unfortunate fire there by the English archers, but we shall see who wins this. Some heavy billmen against my men at arms. Looks like an even fight at the moment. But we are actually slaughtering 51, 97 men at arms versus heavy billmen. Look at that. An absolute great tactical movement there by the French King's men at arms. who've just immediately broken the men-at-arms. Billmen, should I say there. We're now broken their billmen there. I think these guys here have taken a lot of punishment from the sergeants. My French king is holding off their English nobles and Imperial Knights like a boss. So I'm bringing in my medium pole arms to assist the king as we don't lose him. If we lose the king, that is going to be a very bad situation for our army. And we are absolutely savagely killing off the English here. Their assault here went very bad. We're now breaking off their sergeants here. They're totally retreated now as sergeants. What have we got left to kill? Wow, the Duke of Normandy's in this battle. Here we go, look, the Duke of Normandy's amongst it now. Finally, he's like some blood. Some crossbowmen songs of the Duke of Normandy moving up. Unfortunately, it looks like he's got some men caught out in the open here by the Imperial Knights have caught him out here, which is not good. He may want to try and bring these guys across, but it seems like they're caught up in a fight with the spears here. Also got some more spearmen over here on the side.
Stand and fight, damn you!
I've got some men retreating over here. Oh, that's my my French nobles retreating a battle. French king holding wonderfully. It's only 11 minutes left this battle. It's definitely in our favour. We've totally broken those cavalry now. Oh no! Imperial Knight charge. Absolutely demoralising the sergeants on counter-directs once again. So I decided to try and move my Pavasiers over there in time, but it's not going to happen because they're so slow. They come towards me, which is kind of in my favour, but they kind of get away pretty quick. Very well managed there by Grimgor. I can see now my men-at-arms moving in to slaughter the yeoman archers. These guys will get annihilated rather quickly, followed by some sergeants late by the Duke of Normandy coming in here. Actually, there's just sergeants late, but probably commanded by the Duke of Normandy. Totally wiping out the yeoman archers there. We've not got a lot left in this tree line to attack, really. My Pavasiers and men are all moving up into formations. Moving some men to assist on I'm moving some of the French King's army over to assist the Duke of Normandy. As well as moving my Pavasiers and units up to assist the counter-directs, as you can see here. Ensuring my flank is defended as we now have an Imperial Knight cavalry on our rear. We've got some men running away from the battlefield, which is just the French nobles still. Keep repeating the bloody message. So, keep my French king here, as well as some pole arms. They should do fine. So now we're making a move in deeper into this dark forest to try and find these HRE and the English king, who's now pulling back and moving into these guys. These guys are pretty well good position here to watch in for these guys here. But nonetheless, I don't think they see the fact that we're on their flank. We've got some footmen at arms commanded by the Duke of Normandy, as well as some counter-directs behind them, moving in to slaughter those sergeants. But the English king is having none of it, moving in. But immediately decides to retreat due to the fact that the overwhelming numbers coming into the forces here. Actually, no, he's still going to commit himself. The English king is still committing himself in this battle, but I'm bringing in my footmen at arms to demoralise this sort of flank here, because these guys assisting with 2 footmen at arms against 3 melee infantry is nothing. It's just a piece of piss. Mass amount of engagement going on here in the trees. Slowly but surely just breaking through, attacking who I can see, but ensuring that we close this gap because their cavalry is going to be all over us. The final...
Men are running! Stand and fight, damn you!
This battle's going to kind of rely on just the cavalry of the HRE in English at the moment, and so we shall see how this goes. So my footmen at arms are almost in position to attack on the flanks of these sergeants here, unfortunately being left alone to die. Let's zoom in and watch this battle. Absolutely marvellous battle this is. It's just a constant game of just battle, or just every corner of this map there's something going on. It's kind of hard to keep up with. It looks like the Duke of Normandy's men have made a break for the yeoman archers, which is not wise. He's been caught out by the Imperial Knights, and also some sergeants of the HRE. It unfortunately looks like the Duke of Normandy's army is actually crumbling. The Vulgar sergeants and the spear sergeants are out on their own now on the flanks. If they can manage to break these spears and push in, they should be fine, but This can be a difficult task for Duke of Normandy to command that, to get him in there. The Hobbit has got 2 armies to command. He's got 2 flanks to cover here. He's got these guys up here and these guys here. So he's got a really hard job. But also the French King, my army, is split up in twice as well. I've split mine to assist on both flanks. As you see here now, my men-at-arms are now amongst this fight and slaughtering these sergeants. Just every man's dying by the second. Looks like these sergeants here are going to try and assault on the polearm infantry up the top there, but we're going to be able to break it. I've got my Pavasiers moving in, making sure I defend these flanks. What I'm doing is ensuring that no one can get around me. At all times, I've made sure that no one, if you see this entire battle, not at any time has anyone got around my 6, around my rear, because the last thing you want to do is get men attacking from behind. That is where you instantly lose morale and die. So I ensured that I had always some sort of infantry guarding the rear. So as you can see, at some point I'll move the pole arms to kind of define this position here to watch the back, because I see these cavalry here and I want to make sure they don't come into the back of me, but I think we should be good against these guys. I've got spear sergeants in them. So also you can see once again I'm moving these guys around because I'm pretty sure I see some, I thought I saw some cavalry behind me. I should have actually committed these Pavasiers around, but I didn't do that. But we're doing okay. We're taking out these heavy sergeants here very well. As you can see, they're dying quite quickly there. Looks like these polemen are chasing off these sergeants. Oh, they're coming in for an attack here. Here we go, beautiful attack here. Unfortunately, I think these polemen are going to get absolutely murdered by the melee infantry here, these sergeants, which is not good for us. It looks like the Duke of Normandy's right flank has been totally broken. The French King's units here now pulling back. As you can see, I'm putting them all back into a sort of square formation here to hold, because they could quickly attack us in the rear. Unfortunately, the Duke of Normandy's army has crumbled, and the English and HRE are now set up another defensive line. This has been the 3rd defensive line we've now set up, so this is going to be like a 3rd assault we've set up here. They're setting us some sort of defensive line to hold us off here, so we're going to see how this goes. It looks like now these unfortunate sergeants have been left all alone out here, have been absolutely totally wiped out. It's now down to, let's have a look at numbers on the battlefield. We still outdo the enemy with 200 plus men, but the issue is in this battle is the fact that they do have a lot of crossbowmen with ammunition. As you can see, we've got 2 times crossbows, 3 actually, should I say, with full ammunition, more or less. That is going to turn the tide of battle in this one. Their cavalry, also, which you can see here and up here, allows them to have more variation. We only have melee and spears, and only a few, maybe 1 or 2, actually 3 times cavalry here. Spear crossbows are now going to be wiped out by the Imperial Knights, which is not good at all for us. So we're going to be very, very particular with our fight here and be swift and quick, because we are taking massive amount of fire here from the crossbow sergeants. We're going to be wiping out our men like no tomorrow. But as you can see here, we now recreate the formation here. Like I said before, in covering all my flanks and ensuring we do not get broken by cavalry, I made sure that I did not get broken and caught out by any cavalry in this battle. I did that pretty well. Some heavy sergeants standing by over there. The Imperial Knight, the HRE done very well. Their cavalry, they've just outmaneuvered us beautifully. Beautifully, the Drex. Sounded proper comment, beautifully, mate. Cheers, son. Right, so but the English have done very well. Their archers and yeoman archers done so well. Just took out a lot of units. So now what we're doing is now moving and advancing my Pavasiers up. My footmen at arms are in the triangle formation, ready to charge the lines of the final assault here. We should hopefully win this battle here if we can get it right. One wrong move and we're dead. So I've now decided to get my French King to attack these yeoman archers who are out there all on their own. Move my footmen at arms to a forward charge into the sergeants who are now currently repositioning, which is in my favour. I'm now going to position my Pavasiers on the left flank here in case this cavalry charges down here. But unfortunately, this Emperor's Guard, the HRE, is now going to get involved, show his first face in the battle hill, and take on my English King. I pull my men back immediately to safety of my Pavasiers, and he pulls back as well. Great micromanaging by both teams there. As you see here, the Duke of Normandy's last minute infantry, really more or less making a break towards these HRE sergeants, the Holy Emperor's men. My Pavasiers are still holding out. I'm sending everything in against these sergeants. We're looking good. We've still got some cavalry on our rear. You can see some Imperial Knights running around freely, getting chased by our spear sergeants. I have some Pavasiers on the back trying to get these guys. I see that I'm trying to make a break to try and block them off here, as you can see. I'm going to try and prevent them from getting past me. I really wanted to stop these guys at all costs. These guys are just slowly brisking across the line. I somehow managed to get in front of them. I just about get a few of them engaged in combat, but they managed to break from me. And we're starting to lose here. Somehow the Duke of Normandy, or Sergeant's Lit, have broken through the formation, got straight to the crossbows, which is really, really good for us. But unfortunately, in the middle here, these sergeants high are doing really well at holding out. My just serious worries these crossbows, because they will just end this battle here and there if they just get a fix on our men. The Pavasiers are still holding. The Pavasiers are still there.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
And there's a massive cavalry charge here done by the HRE again. The Pavasiers trying to move up to hold this hole. It looks like the HRE is still behind us with the Imperial Knights. The Pavasiers are still moving up to the battlefield here, slow but surely. My footmen at arms are having a hard time killing these sergeants on their own. 100 men versus 50 footmen at arms is not the greatest number as attack. And it looks like the HRE King is coming for the rear. There's only a minute left of this battle. And looks like now the battle is turning in their favour. But we're still trying to slow but surely chop down the English and HRE. But the French is now turned. The tide of the battle was changed. We've now 400 men less than the enemy. This is not looking good. We've now got a mass amount of men retreating from this battle. It is turned 100% in the English and the HRE's favour. I think they just had a great formation and their cavalry absolutely shocked our men. Look at this. Beautiful play by the HRE of his cavalry. Beautiful play by the English with his archers. It's just unfortunate that they did so, you know. They just, I don't know, they got lucky, but they definitely they just had really good units and just did really good manoeuvres. Like a game of chess, one simple move and we're gone. And it looks like we're down against my Pavasiers, and that's it. That's all we've got left. 30 seconds left of this battle. It looks like this battle may have changed. It looks like the French are going to be the men on the back foot here of this battle, and are going to be the ones defending in the next scenario. 26 seconds in, we've got some more of the Emperor's Guard coming to the rear of my men, smashing us completely. Here comes the Imperial Guard coming from the back there also. You can just about see him coming in, smashing the Pavasiers. That's it, our units are wavering. 8, 7, 6 seconds remain in this battle and they've been broken. The French King is done. Oh wow, what an epic battle. I had to pause and move there so I can talk to you, ladies and gentlemen. That was an epic 50-minute battle. By far the best battle I've ever done. And most enjoyable one. All the gentlemen said that the battle was brilliant. They loved every moment of it. There was just so much going on. It was back and forth. At first, it looked like the French were going to win. We had them on the back foot. We're pushing through. Then they looked like they were going to win. Then we looked like we was going to win. And then they won. So the next battle, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a scenario. Same scenario, but we will be getting reinforcements. Both sides will get reinforcements from allied countries in a defence of the river crossing, which would be the French defending the river crossing in the Battle of Bouvines once again, which is kind of the realistic thing. What really happened was where we defended a kind of a crossing, more or less, in real life. So let's have a look at the losses here. So, wow. Harry Hobbit, as the Duke of Normandy and Count of Drex, lost 4,000 men. He deployed 5,000. I lost my army, being a French king, had 3,000 men, the most elite army, lost 2,400. Grimgor lost 3,000 men, deployed 4,000. Cassius deployed 4,000 men, lost 4,000 himself. He probably sustained probably the most compared to his initial army deployment size. So he probably lost probably at least like 80%, 75% there, whereas Hobbit lost about probably 60% of his army. So let's look at the kills we got here. I saw, wow, my French nobles, 335 kills. Oh, my footmen at arms, 478. Absolutely beast. Let's have a look at the Duke of Normandy, how many kills he got here. Not as many as you can see up top here. Let's look at his footmen at arms. 618 kills from his footmen at arms. Those guys they dished out some serious punishment in the battle. Let's look at Grimgor's army, see what he managed to kill out there. So what have we got? 213, 509 by his... What? 609 by his Imperial Knights. Jesus, your cavalry. Those guys, I knew Look, I mean, he's got so many Imperial Knights. Cavalry, which just did so well. And obviously the English, look at his, let's look what we've got here. The Sergeants did a lot of kills. Look, there we go. There's the Yeoman Archers, 209, 200. I knew those archers did well in part of the English's army. They did so well in that battle, which is obviously what they want to do. They've got a lot of cavalry kills as well here, 158 by the English nobles. So, I hope you enjoyed that epic battle there. It's been a very long battle, this one. I hope you stayed with us through that entire battle. I hope I kept it epic by my kind of somewhat commentary. No buzzing this time, so it's going to be more enjoyable for both me and hopefully for you. So I hope to see you in the next scenario to see how the battle goes, really. This is going to be the initial battle, so like I said before, next battle is going to be reinforcements both sides, but we shall have a more interesting scenario with more people, I hope. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.